Hello, my fellow riders. My name is Ryan, and today I am kind of alone today because, well, I actually hurt my knee. If you didn't see my video on Instagram, I will explain that in a future video. But I did that, and so I can't ride for the next several months. Basically, I dislocated my kneecap, and I'll give a more detailed explanation on another video that I'll release this coming Tuesday. But anyways, other than that, today we are going to be going over all the basics on how to put together and do maintenance on your scooter. So without further ado, let's get straight into the garage and start going over the parts. Okay, so here we are, we're in my garage now, as you can see. And basically, the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to change the front wheel. This is probably the simplest part on a scooter to change, so yeah. I'm going to get straight into that right here. So here is my front wheel. It's a Ethic Mandala 110 by 24, and these are great wheels. I love them so far. I haven't ridden them for very long, but as much as I've ridden them, I love them. And I actually have, for my circle fork, which fits 110s by 24s, I have a male-female axle, which basically means that you have one bolt and another bolt that threads into that bolt, as so. And basically you put one bolt on one side and one on the other, and then screw them together with the wheel in the middle, as you guys will see here. So I'm putting in the female bolt now, the one that goes through the wheel. Sometimes it gets a little hard to line up the hole with the thing, so I'm gonna go from the other side. That way you guys will be able to see what is happening. There we go. I got it now. All I gotta do to finish installing it is screw this in and tighten it down. But to tighten it down, you will need two of the same size Allen keys, which I don't have. In which case, you can also use a screwdriver that happens to fit in the other side. As such, it happens to fit in the other side. Just make sure you don't strip out your bolts doing this, because it can happen. And then once it's tight enough, which it shouldn't take too much more than hand tightening, because you don't need your wheels super tight. I'm gonna move a little closer so you guys can see better. So, screwdriver locks in like that, and then I can tighten my wheel as much as I want, which is plenty tight right now already. And as you see, it spins fine. That's it for the front wheel. And next, we're going to go on to the back wheel, which I am going to get off here in a second. Actually, I don't need to take this one off for you guys to see it. So as you can see, I'm putting it pretty close to the camera. There's two spacers on either side of the deck. That's these silver things. And then there's the wheel, same wheel as I have on the front. Basically, all you have to do is put one of these spacers on either side. It should come with your deck if you got a new one. And basically, all you gotta do is put this bolt through, make sure I put one spacer on one side, then put the wheel on, then put the other spacer on the axle, and then thread it all the way through, in which you will use a lock nut or whatever the nut the company gives you to screw it together. And basically, if you can't get a socket in there or a wrench, you can just kind of take a screwdriver that's a decent size and wedge it between here and push it down on the bolt to hold it in place, which works plenty fine. Loads of people do it. And yeah, other than that, let's move on to the putting in the bars, which I will see you guys in a second for. Okay, here we are. We're on to the bars now. All you need for this is a 6mm Allen wrench. If that doesn't work, then your clamp bolts are probably a 5mm, which is just the one size under this. So either way will be fine. And yeah, I've already loosened mine up, which all you need to do to take in and out, put in bars or take them out, is loosen the clamp bolts only until about their heads are just a little bit poking out on the biggest side that they can be. And so once we do that, all you really got to do is remove the bars, just pull them out. Should be pretty easy, but if it's not, you can either check out one of my other videos for how to stretch the clamp. It's the 3 maintenance tricks. You can go check that out. I will probably link it right here in the top right hand corner. I think this is where it would be, that or here. And go check that out if you want to see how to stretch your clamp a little bit. It won't break it, don't worry about that. But if it doesn't come out and you don't think it needs to be stretched, all you got to do is, say the bars are in, you put the scooter on the ground, and then you lift it up, and then you stomp right here. And if the bars are loose enough to come out, they will come out pretty easily and just kind of float out and won't do anything to the rest of the scooter. So with that out of the way, I'm going to show you how to put them back in, which all you got to do for that is just put them right back in the place that you found them. And then make sure they're straight, because people not having straight bars can be both dangerous and kind of annoying. So if you need to move your bars, so try and get them relatively straight and make sure they're not backwards. And then here, I'll show you the bolt side so you guys can see that. Get mine lined up as much as I can, and then start tightening them down. You want to tighten these down pretty harshly, because if your bars fall out, that can mean very bad things for you. So we're gonna fast forward while I do this. Oh, come out of that fast forwarding. You wanna tighten the bolts you wanna tighten the first one, then you wanna tighten the third one, then you wanna go back up to the second, and then down to the last bolt. This basically makes sure you tighten the clamp evenly and don't snap it by having too much pressure on any single bolt. Back to the time lapse.
Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the news.
Okay, well, out of the time lapse, you can see my bars are perfectly in. They're pretty straight, as you can see. They're not too bad. They could be a little straighter, I think. But anyways, this is perfectly safe to ride, how it is. And yeah, that's how you do that. I will get on to changing both the fork right here, the thing the wheel attaches to, and the headset. With that, I will see you in a second. Okay, so now that I have the compression off, again, all you're gonna need is a 6mm Allen wrench. This is something you really need to get if you don't have one, because it's like the main thing you need to work on a scooter, that and a 5mm. Any other tools can be replaced with a screwdriver for the most part, other than some socket wrenches, but a socket wrench is just, hold on, one of these things. They basically are a wrench that can do this and tighten either way or loosen. And yeah, so all you need to do to loosen and take out your clamp and compression is, you see this bolt in here? All you gotta do is put your Allen key into said bolt, if you can. Apparently I can't. And then loosen it to where you can turn it, and then there you go. I'm turning it. It's quite a long bolt, so it might take a second. Fast forward, actually never mind. It came out pretty quickly this time. So here's the bolt, like you see it's a 6mm, and there will be, after you take that off, you are free to take the clamp off, which I have just done. And as you see, there will be a compression washer that will definitely come with any compression set that you need. Currently, well, at least it'll come with any SCS compression set, which SCS is basically where it has these 4 bolts and a fairly tall clamp. Street riders use it a lot, but some park riders use it because they like the security it brings, because it's much stronger than HIC or SCS or, I mean not SCS, ICS, or what's the other one, HIC. And basically after this, all you gotta do to change the fork is simply pull it out. Maybe a little tough because of the grease from the bearings, but there you go. Now the fork is out. And then from here you can change the bearings, the headset cap, or the crown race, which you may need to do depending on what's going on with your scooter. And the way to put it back in, same way you put it on. Oh, you want to put the bearings with their beveled side going into the deck. So all you gotta do to put it back in, push it back up through. Again, there might be some resistance thanks to that bearing grease. And then put the clamp back on straight with the wheel. Preferably, if you don't need to, it's not a big deal, but it just looks better aesthetically. And then all you gotta do, like once again, insert your Allen key into the hole. Turn it around until it goes down, which I will fast forward to. Okay, so here, some people don't know how much to tighten their compression, and a good mark is, so see how my wheel is here, how it can spin all the way around almost if I push it? That's not good. You only want your wheel to spin about halfway to like around here. You want it to spin around where these go. From here, it should only go about halfway. If it goes a little over, that's fine. If you like your compression a little looser, it's whatever. That's your preference. But you want to have it at least tight enough so that it won't go all the way around. I like mine a little tighter, so that's perfect for me. Right there. Doesn't want to go all the way around, goes just halfway. Which is perfect for how I ride. And basically after this, you're completely done with that. And all you gotta do, place right back in the bars. Do the same steps I taught you in the how to put on your bars, put on and take off your bars section. And you're all good. That's about it, other than the brake, which just has some bolts on the bottom that you can tighten. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. So without dragging this on any longer, I will see you all next time. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.